The fourth commandment of a growthpreneur is thou shalt treat marketing like customer-centric thinking. Now, what do I mean by customer-centric thinking? It is thinking that centers around a customer. See, most small business owners, they don't realize that marketing is happening at every level of their business, at every stage of their business. I mean, if I were to use an analogy of your business as a hotel, imagine your business is a hotel. Your customer feels the difference between the smile at the door and the room service, okay? They notice the difference. Now, in this day and age, the customer has a mobile phone in their back pocket or in their front pocket all the time. They're constantly connected to the internet, right? So if the smile at the door was great, but the room service sucks, guess what they're gonna do? They can still leave a review right after they got the room service, right? And it's exactly the same in your business. So if they are just coming in through the front door of your business, eventually they're going to convert into becoming a customer, and as a customer, they may still not like the experience. They might not like the service, or they might be unhappy with something, and or the sales process offended them. You know, if you have a sales team, maybe they said something, or they were too pushy, or something like that, or they used a tactic and the prospect felt it. You can still get a bad review left about you. So whether it is your communications at the front door, or your sales, or your service, or your delivery, or your operations, or your onboarding, marketing happens at every single step. If that's a little tricky to get your head around, think about it like this. Let's remove the label marketing and let's call it customer-centric thinking. Because at the end of the day, marketing is just trying to engage and delight a potential customer, but it's also trying to engage and delight an existing customer. You can still do marketing for referrals. That's word of mouth marketing, influencer marketing, and brand ambassadors. So every level of your business needs to think like a marketer, because a good marketer is a customer-centric thinker. Now, if you haven't been treating marketing this way, it's kind of not your fault. The reason is that we're taught and told to delegate. So we think to ourselves, okay, I'll delegate the marketing, and then I will elevate myself, right? Delegate and elevate. But as the business owner, customer-centric thinking is your main gig. It's your main job. You never take off that hat. The visionary of the business is constantly thinking about the customer and the customer needs and the evolving needs of the customer, where the marketplace is going. That's what makes you visionary. So if anyone in the business is to be customer-centric, it's you. You are the most customer-centric person in the business, which means you aren't just a head marketer, if I could call it that. You are the marketing. You are part of it. Your voice, your vision, your values, your dreams, your aspirations for helping the marketplace is the marketing. So as the business owner, I want to give you 3 frameworks that you can use to think about this and include in all of your conversations and in all of your planning. The first is customer-centric thinking around strangers. So how to speak and how to engage with strangers. What is the customer-centric thinking around strangers? The second is how to speak and how to engage with the people in your database currently. People who are already in regular contact with your business, or who are sitting in your database waiting to be contacted. How do you market to them? How can you be customer-centric around them? And the third way is how to market to your existing customers. Maybe they are not an ideal customer because maybe they purchase small amounts and you'd like them to purchase longer lasting or repeated amounts. how can you market to those kind of customers? How can you get them to spread the word about you or leave you reviews? So the three areas are marketing to strangers, marketing to contacts, and marketing to customers. But I don't want to just give you theory. I want to actually help you in this video to nail down some really practical action steps, okay? So let's talk about strangers really quick. How do you market to strangers and how do you be customer-centric around strangers? What are the traits of your best customers? What do they tend to say and what do they ask for? Treat a stranger as though they are your next best customer. Talk to them at every stage in your ads, in your landing pages, in your ebooks. Treat them like they are your next best customer. Anticipate their needs. Diagnose their pains and problems. Get to the bottom of how you can actually help them. If you're an e-commerce business or if you sell only online and you don't really have a sales team as such or a sales process, everything goes from digital marketing into digital sales, you can still think of the journey that a user would take through your digital storefront. You know, how do you talk to them as though they are the next best customer? Even think about it as they are your first customer. How would you treat them if they were your first customer, even if they're your like 1,000,005 fifth customer, right? Now your database. Your existing customers, maybe you have been spamming them with offers all the time, or maybe you haven't spoken to them at all. How about we broaden the conversation that we have with them? Consider, your best customers. You probably know a little bit about their lifestyle. You probably know a little bit about their family or some of their behaviors, things they're interested in, things they keep buying. Treat strangers who haven't bought yet in the same way. Anticipate what you know they're going to be looking for. Talk about things like lifestyle. For example, I have a client that sells air filters, and as a part of that, he knows that his customers who buy air filters for their car, sorry, I should have mentioned that, for their car, they tend to like fishing and camping, and so his communications and emails aren't all about air filters. It's about camping and fishing and family. And as a part of that, he can kind of weave in very carefully worded messaging that doesn't feel sleazy. Because if you're going to go camping and fishing, you're probably going to get mud and dirt and dust in your car. And that's where air filters come in, or oil filters, or any kind of filter, right? So my challenge to you is to think about how can you be customer-centric, even with people who aren't customers yet. That's the second. And the third, and we kind of already touched on this already, but with your existing customers, being customer-centric can mean that you move them to becoming an ideal customer. Not every customer is at the ideal level, okay? Some are at the very entry level, and that's okay. You just need to move them along the journey to become the ideal kind of customer. Now, if you don't have that kind of ideal and entry level, make one. Maybe there's a cheaper offer that you could offer, or an entry level. It doesn't have to be cheaper, but an entry level offer, and then you can work them up towards your standard product or service. Maybe there's something premium that you could offer them. Maybe there are friends and family that they have that you could help, and it's a matter of reaching out and saying to them, is there someone that I can help in the same way that I've helped you? Or, if you've got a team, then say we, that's fine too. Is there a way that we can help that your friends, family, colleagues in the way that we've helped you? So remember, as the head of your business, you are the head of customer-centric thinking. So if you haven't gathered already, there are really 3 stages of marketing. There's before they come into contact with your business, during this engagement with your business, and then after they become customers, all right? There's the past, the present, and the future in terms of marketing. Marketing doesn't end when they become a customer. So we have this tool, it's a powerful tool called the Campaign Planner that we've created to help small business owners plan their marketing in these 3 stages. If you'd like to get your hands on that, I'm happy to give you the details, or if you'd like to see more of these 10 commandment videos, then hit the link. This has been great. I'm glad that I had a chance to share all this with you, and I just know that if you implement it, seriously, I've seen it time and time again, it will certainly help your business. There are opportunities lying right under your nose. I hope to see you soon. That's it for now. See ya.